Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again with another video. Peace, love, and abundance. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. If you want to support the channel, I'll leave all my links in my description. Make sure y'all check out the Retain gang community as well, man. I greatly appreciate you. So I want to give y'all some game on how to change your life in a week, right? Just 1 week. It's not cap, right? Everything I'm about to tell y'all has been self-tested. You know, I did all the research, I did the experimentation on myself, and I know it works because I was in a situation where I was stuck in a loop. I was doing the same thing every single day. I was kind of living mundane, routine, and it wasn't serving me, right? So I put these steps into practice and it worked. It worked fast. You feel me? So I'm gonna give y'all some game, but before we get into that, man, I'm gonna kind of explain what I'm talking about, right? So you gotta know the power of your subconscious, right? Your subconscious rules everything. Everything that you do is based off of what you told your subconscious, because that's your cosmic computer. All right, so your subconscious, it does what you tell it to do. Whatever instructions you give it, that's what it's gonna do. It's not gonna fight with you. It's not gonna reason with you. You know, whatever you tell it, it says, okay, your will shall be done. We all have free will to choose our reality. That's what the Most High gave us, right? Your subconscious is gonna help you do just that. But what is will? Will is a strong desire or intention to cause something to happen using your mind. All right, so it starts off with your thoughts. Your thoughts produce your feelings produce the action. Okay guys, I want you to know this. So based on how you're thinking, you're going to produce a feeling that matches that thought, and then that feeling is going to produce an action. Okay, so for example, let's say I got to do the dishes, right? Now, if I say, oh man, I gotta do these damn dishes, you know, that's gonna produce a negative feeling, right? Because I already have a negative thought towards that action. The thought is, this is a burden to me. I don't feel like doing this. So now that feeling is produced, and then it's gonna produce an action of me saying, well, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it later. But then if I think, let me go get these dishes done, right? Let me knock this out real quick. Let me go ahead and just get in this kitchen, right? That's more upbeat, that's more uplifting. So that thought is gonna produce a feeling of motivation, inspiration. Let me get in there real quick, man. You know, it ain't nothing. And that's gonna produce the action of me actually getting my ass up and washing dishes. You see how it works? So it's all about the energy that you put into your thought. That's where it starts. So we want to make sure that we have the right frequency in our mind first, so it trickles down to the action, which is going to help us produce the desired reality. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all some homework. What you can start off doing is get you a journal, and you want to do this at night. Okay, do this at night before bed. I want you to write down everything that you feel like is holding you back right now in your life. You know, what you do on a day-to-day basis. What is it that you're doing in your day that's holding you back? Maybe I'm watching too much TV. Maybe I'm scrolling on my phone too much. Maybe I'm looking at the cheeks too much. Maybe I'm watching the corn. Maybe I'm not eating healthy. I'm not hitting the gym like I used to, right? Just start writing down anything that comes to mind, okay? And then what I want you to do is I want you to take a snapshot of that page, everything you wrote down, and I want you to burn it up in your head, right? Set it on fire, because we have to detach from everything that's not serving us, right? You can't manifest anything, you can't receive anything new until you detach from the old shit that's not serving you. That's step number one. The next thing you want to do is choose something that you want to experience. What is something that you want to start doing consistently? So maybe I say I want to be more productive, right? I need to be more productive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat this in my head. I am productive. I am productive. I am productive, right? I give myself permission to experience that reality. I give myself permission to experience that reality. All right, repeat this over and over in your head. So as you're repeating this in your head, right, you're going to visualize what does it look like for you to be productive. You know, in your own reality, what does that look like? Okay, this is going to produce a feeling. You're going to have a feeling attached to that image that you're creating. And this is what we want to do. We want to get that energy circulating, because this is how you program your subconscious. Now you're telling your subconscious that you are productive. I am productive, right? Remember, you are giving it instructions. It doesn't know fake from reality, right? All your subconscious know is what you tell it. That's it. See? So we want to do this before bed, because this is when our subconscious is more active. It's more active at night before bed. Your subconscious actually opens up portals for you to travel through at night. You see, every day that you wake up, you're in a whole different reality based off of the instructions that you gave yourself. You see? So when you wake up the next day as well, these are the most important times before you go to bed and when you wake up. Because now when you wake up, this is when your mind is fresh. It hasn't been tainted yet with any negativity, any outside energy. It's fresh, right? It's rejuvenated. It's more energized. So when we wake up, we want to do the same thing that we just did the night before, right? Burn up anything that's not serving you, detach from it, and then affirm yourself. Will what you want into existence. I am productive. I give myself permission to experience this. I give myself permission to experience this reality. And then you can add things, you know, when you feel more comfortable, right? Start adding other things that you want to experience in your reality. You see? And you want to do this when you wake up. So this is how your subconscious works, right? This is how you switch realities. It's little things. It's the small details that you got to notice that's going to let you know that you shifted into a new reality, right? You're going to wake up the next day, and instead of you waking up at 8 a.m., it's going to be 7 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. And you're going to notice like, wow, okay, I woke up an hour early, but I don't feel tired. I didn't set no alarm. You see, your subconscious is working. It's giving you more time to be productive, right? Waking up early is a part of being productive, right? Because you have more time in the day to get things done. So already your subconscious is working for you. And then you're affirming yourself, I am productive, and you're trying to get your mind right. You're trying to get your feelings right, you know, before you get out of bed. So you're already doing things that's aligned with your affirmations. Just like that. And it's only been a couple days. That's how your subconscious works, right? Now you're going to notice in the next few days of you doing this consistently, that voice, that thought gets stronger. The first day it might have been kind of shaky, you know, because you didn't really believe in yourself yet. You know, I want to experience this reality. You're saying it to yourself, but deep down, you probably like, man, I don't know if this should work or not. You know, Dante told me to do this, you know, but I don't know if it worked. Let me try it, you know. But you're going to notice, like, after a couple of days, that voice gets stronger. So instead of you being uncertain, now you're like, I give myself permission to experience this reality. I will this into my existence. You know, you start making up your own words. You start adding in your own little flavor to it. You know, I am productive. You know, I give myself permission to experience a benevolent reality. You notice that your feelings start to change because you've been reprogramming the way you feel about yourself, the way you feel about your day. You know, you've allowed yourself to be in an elevated state of emotions these past couple days. You see? And the way that you reinforce this is don't just stop at before you go to bed and when you wake up. Do this throughout your day. You know, keep that thought in your mind. I am productive. I am productive. I give myself permission to experience this reality. Keep saying that to yourself in your mind. You want to keep that feeling at an elevated state. All right? It's all about programming yourself to be in the frequency that you need to be to attract things to you. That's what it is. So you're going to notice now that you're not even the same person anymore. Your whole frequency has changed. Your vibration is different. Right? You don't feel the same. You don't think the same. You're doing things that align with your thoughts. Right? So you might be, instead of you getting up and eating some bullshit, now you eating a healthy meal. Maybe you're fasting. You start doing things unconsciously. Why? Because you gave your subconscious the instructions. So you're not even thinking about it. You're just doing things that align with being productive. So now when a week passes, right, you're going to look back at yourself and be like, man, I'm a whole different person. I don't even look the same. Remember, your energy reflects your physical appearance as well. So when you're always talking negative to yourself, it's going to show in your eyes. It's going to show in your teeth. It's going to show in your glow. It's going to show throughout your whole aesthetics. The power of your subconscious, bro, it is not something to be taken lightly. All right. Now, this might be difficult for some of you guys because you're so used to programming yourself with negativity, with fear and doubt, right? And you don't even notice it, but it happens when you wake up, right? As soon as you wake up, what do some of us do? We start thinking about the shit that happened to us yesterday. You know, we start thinking about, man, I know Carol at work, she was talking to me crazy. Now you attach yourself to that emotion that you had when she was talking to you like that. Man, I had to pay that bill yesterday, then killed my bank account. Now you start attaching your feelings to that emotion that you had when you had to pay that bill. So before you even get out of bed, you're already aligning yourself with yesterday's energy. And you wonder why you keep living the same day over and over again. So we're trying to cut the past away, right? And create something new in our life, right? We're throwing away that stagnant energy. You know, we got to open the windows up and let the wind blow, you know, clear out the stank, clear out the air, allow something new to come in, something fresh. That's what we're doing with this homework that I'm giving you guys. All right. And this is only 7 days. You're going to see this major change in your life. So just imagine 30 days, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, where you will be at. You got to be consistent with it though. You know, you can't, if you really want to change your life, are you really serious about it? You got to stick with it. All right. You can't take one day off, man. You got to stay locked in. Right. The problem for most of us is we don't know how to lock in. So tell yourself that too. You can add that into your affirmation. I am locked in, right? I give myself permission to stay locked in. So we want to give our subconscious instructions to create our desired reality. Plain and simple. All right. So repetition is going to help you to break out of those old programs. You've been programming yourself with negativity for too long now. And that's why you're not seeing results in your life. You're not getting the opportunities that you deserve. All right. So repetition is going to break you out of these old programs. All right, man. So let's get it. Stay locked in. If you need help, I do one-on-one consultations. I'll leave my link in my description. But y'all let me know in the comments section, man, how y'all feel about this. Or have you tried this before and how did it work for you? All right, let me know. So with that being said, peace, love, and abundance, and I'm out.